Good everyone, my name is Graphics. In today's video, we are told to draw the given views of the wall bracket in first angle projection and project a plan from the right hand one. And this is referring to the figure that is displayed at the right hand side of the screen. This is what we have here, right? And we are told to redraw these two views back, then you bring out the third view. And we are told it's in first angle projection, meaning that this first one here is the front elevation and this is the plan, right? So first of all, let us reproduce this figure that is displayed at the right hand side of the screen, right? Then we will now draw the third part, which is the end view, right? So let's start. So the first thing you do whenever you are dealing with orthographic projection is to draw your orthographic axis, right? You take your instrument this way and you draw your horizontal, you draw the horizontal line this way. Let me take it up a little bit. So you draw the horizontal line this way. Can you see that? And you draw the vertical line this way. And you take your compass and you're going to measure 10 millimeter in both sides. You can use your rule. Just place it this way. Towards the left, you measure 10 millimeter. Towards the right, you measure 10, right? And you do that for the vertical line too. Towards the left, upward, you measure what? 10. Downward, you also measure 10. And you draw a line that will pass through those points in this fashion. And also in this fashion. You can see that. And you do the same thing for this also. You draw here, stop. From here also, you draw another one, you stop. You come here too, you do the same thing. You draw here, and you also draw here. Right? So we're taking reference of these 2 points here. So whatever we're starting from, we'll start our measurement from this end here. Is that taken? So we'll start. From here, we're giving the length of the front elevation here. I'm talking about this diagram here, this particular figure. We're giving the total length to be 25 plus 90, and that's giving us 115. Then plus the radius of what? Of 16 here, right? And that will give us 115 plus 16. That will give us 131, right? So I am going to measure 131 from this side. If I do that from 0, I'll measure 131. 0, this is 130, right? And this is 131 here. And I'll take it up in this manner. Hope you can see that. So that is for the length. Now, for the height, that again. Now, the height here is given to be, we have 10 plus 10, that is 20, plus 60. You see my arrow? And that is what? 80. So the entire length here is given to be what? Is given to be 70. 10 plus 10 plus 50. And that is what? That is 70. So I'll measure 70 from here upward. Right? Let me bring this down. I'll measure 70 from here upward. So what I have here. measure 70. Taking reference from this one here, 0 to 7 is given to be what? 70 at this point. And I'll close it up. So what I'm doing is just reproducing that given fig view, right? Now bring out the box. So I need to start carving my image from that box. Is that okay? So we know very well that I'm going to measure from this part here, from this side. Let's look at the plan. Since there's not enough information in the front elevation, I'll look from the plan now. From this beginning here, which is something at the beginning here, to this end here, which is saying from here to this end here, right? From this end to this end is from this end to this end, and that's given to be what? 115. So I'm going to measure 115. Is that taken? I'll measure what? 115. And I'm going to thicken it. So from this end here, from this beginning, I'll measure 115. So from 0, this is 10, this is 100, 110, 115. That's what we have there at that point, which I am going to what? I'm going to thicken. So I can thicken that point from here straight down to this point. Is the 115. Now that point, I'll take it up with my faint line first of all, this way. You can see that. And after doing that, the next thing we're going to do is measure 10, 10 up, because this is, if you look at my arrow, this is 10, this is another 10 here, right? So I'm going to measure 10, 10 in two different places. The first one is hidden line, while the second one is what? Is thick line here. So this is 0. I put it where, so it's what I'm doing. So this is 0. Let's say this is 10 and this is 10, right? And I'm going to draw the first 10 is coming out straight, and it is hidden line from here. Let's do a shot this way. Then from here is now thick line, as shown in the diagram. Then the next 10 is thick line all through. So the next 10 is thick line all through. From here, I'll draw my thick line all through. You can see that. And I'll close it up. From this point here, I'm going to close it up. And here also, I'll close it up. Right? And from here too, I'll close it up. Is that okay? Now the next thing is, what I'll do here now will now be to get to this center here. Look at this line here. This is this line of what? Of 75 here. From this end here. You look at the plan. Look at the plan from here to this point here. It's given to be what? 25. And this point here, the same thing as saying this point here, right? So I'm going to measure what? 25 to get the center of that line that we have there. So I'll measure 25 from here, from 0, 25, right? That 25 there you're seeing will just be a hidden line, because we are saying that a circle is there, as you can see from the plan. So it will just be center line you put there to show that what? A circle is there. Is that again? Now after that, the next thing you now do is the radius of that the height, or the radius of that circle there. Before I do that, the height here is given to be, you will now measure a height of what? Like I told you, 20. So I'll measure height of 20. from this base here. This is 20 here. And I'll draw a faint line first of all in this fashion. Can you see that? Now after you've done that, the next thing you now do is, if you look at the radius from the plan of this same figure you are seeing here, this figure here is the same thing here. We have a radius of what? A radius of that looks to be 18, right? Radius of 18 from the center. Look at the arrow. So from here, I'm going to measure 18 backward, right? I'm going to measure 18 backward from 0, and this is 18 here. Right, I'll just draw, as you look at it, it's a thick line. I'll just thicken it from here downward to this way. Right, I'll just take it from here downward to this way. You can see that. Now, that is from this center line to here is what is 18, according to the radius you're seeing here. Then from this center line to the next point also is also what? 18. So I'll also measure another 18 to the next point here. So from here to here is also what? 18. 0 to this 20 and this 18. That's taken now. So I'm going to thicken it to that point. I will thicken it to that point. Can you see that? Now the radius here given, the inside radius here given, the radius inside there given will be given to be radius of what? We have say 2 holes. You can look at it from this plan here. It says 2 holes, diameter 12. So the circle you're seeing here has a radius of what? 6. Is that taken? So the circle you're seeing here has a radius of what? 6 with diameter of what? 12. So if I measure 6 to both sides, starting from my 0 to the left, I measure 6. This is 0 to 5, then this is 6. To the right, I measure 6 also. So this is 6 here too. Right? Let's check that again. So this 5 and this 6 here, this side is 6. And I'm going to bring it down in this fashion. Dotted line. Right? Towards that hidden line here, and this one too, I'll do the same thing. So this will show hidden line. So that circle is a true end. So now the next thing that we are going to do, from this center here, which is this center you're seeing here, to this point here is given to be what? 75. So I'm going to measure 75 from that center point there. 75 from the center 0 to 75. You can see that. And I'll take it up. It will go and touch the highest point here. Is that taking? Faint line first. Then from the end here, which is this end you're seeing here, I'll measure 25. So I'll measure 25 in this direction from the end here. 0 to 25. Right? So from there, I'll bring that down with my thick line. You can see that. Now that top is touching this point here, right? So I'll just draw my line from that point to come and touch this point here. Right? After doing that, I'll also thicken this point too. From here, I measured to this point here. Is that taken? Now the next thing I'll do is I'll measure a height of 25 upward to get the center of this arc here, this semicircle here. Right? I measure a distance of what? Of 25. So if I should do that, I'm going to be having from here, I'll measure a height of 25. This is 0, this 20, this 25. So here will be another what? Another center. Is that taken? So this point here will be another center. A long, short, or circular center line. Can you see that? So from that point, the semicircle has a radius of what? 12. So I'll take my radius of 12 there. So I'm going to measure radius of 12. This is 0. This is 10. This is 0. This is 10, 11, 12 here. Right as the radius. And I'll place it at the center point here. And I'm going to draw my semicircle. You can see that. And I'll close it up with my thick line as shown in diagram. What I'm just doing is I am replicating the diagram, right? So this is what we have there, right? So if you look it closely, then the other end in here, from this point here, which is this point, we have a circle which has a radius of 6 also, like I told you, 2 holes. So the same thing that happens here, same thing that is here, will be same thing that you are going to apply here. Dots here and here, right? Let me measure that again. From here to this point. Then from here I have this, right? And I come here and I have this. That is what I am going to do. Radius of 6, or you can use your compass, your rule, and measure 6 to both sides. So this is 6 here, and this is also 6 here. So let me bring it down with my hidden line. This is my hidden line here, and this is also my hidden line here. Can you see that? So this is what we have. We have successfully drawn out the front elevation that you can see. Now the next thing that we are going to be doing here is to draw out what? The plan. To draw the plan is not a big deal. What you just do is you need to project those points down. For them, first of all, project the two ends of the plan out. Just these two ends. So the question is, what will be the height of the plan? So if the elevation from here to here is something that's saying from here to here, right? So the height of the plan will be looking at it from this direction. And let's give it to be what? If you look at it closely, that is 88, right? We have 88, so I'm going to measure 88 from 0 to 88. This is 80, right? This is 80, and this is 88 here. Hope you can see that. That is 88. And I'll just draw my line in this fashion, faint line first. Hope you can see that. Now, after doing that, the next thing we'll do is from here to this point here is thickened. You can see that. So that is which is point. I'm talking about this point here. I'll bring it down. So it is thickened from the what? From here to this point here is thickened. Now the question is, where is the point? This is the point here, right? That is the point from the circle that you have in here. Is that thickened? So I'm going to what? I'm going to thicken it from this point to this point here, and from this point to this point here, right? And the same thing from this point also. I'll close it up to this point here as shown in the diagram. Now after that, the next thing is I will have to get the center of 64 of 88, which is 44, right? Get the center of 88, which is 44. So if I should take that from here, if I start from here, this is 0, and this is 88, right? So this will be 44. So I'll use my center line on that point, which will be long, short, this way. Start again. Then I'll now measure from this end, right? So I'll now measure 10, 10. If you look at it, this hidden line you're seeing on both sides is given as 10 millimeter. So from here, I'm going to measure 10 millimeter. Altogether, I'm going to measure 10 millimeter from here. 0 to this is 10. Similarly, 9 to 8 is also 10. So that will now give us the hidden line that we need. Hidden, hidden, hidden. As you can see in the diagram. Similarly here also, I will do the same thing. Hidden. Can you see that? Now the radius here is given to be we have it to be 18, right? This arc you're seeing here is 18. So what I will do, I'm going to measure 18 on my meter rule from 0 to 18. This is 10, this is 18 here. Can you see that? And I'll place it at the center point here. And what will I do? I'm going to draw a circle, or better still, you can just, it's 18, right? So I'll just do it in that way and just draw a circle this way. Faint line first. So if you look at it closely, from this point of the hidden line, it is tangential to the circle. So from this point of the hidden line, it is what? Tangential to the circle. And from this point of the hidden line, it is what? Tangential to the circle. Can you see that? So I will now thicken this guy here. I hope you can see that. And here to here is thickened. I'm talking about this point here to here, thicken it. Then this point here to here is thickened. So the next thing we're doing is there's a circle in which has a radius of 6. So I can just take the radius of 6 here. This is the same thing as radius of 6. I'll place it here and I'll draw. Meaning that this side is as a result of this here. Faint line and faint line. How good, they are all what? Connected together. Now aside that, we proceed. So the next one is I can project this downward this way. Just bring this two downward. Don't stress yourself, just bring this downward. So when you bring that point downward, which is this, I'll bring this point two downward here, which is this. Right? So what I will do is we're told that the thickness, the length from here to here is 64. So what I will do is I need 32. So I'm going to measure 32 on my meter rule. This is 32 here. And I'll place it at the center here. Right? Anywhere of the center. And I'll mark 32, 32. So that will be the thickness of the line here. So that's what I am going to what? Thicken. So if I come here, I'll just thicken from here to here because I'm using this line as my reference point. I'll come here also. I'm going to thicken from here to here, right? And what will I do? I'll close it up from here straight down to this point, and from here straight down to this point. And this hidden line you are seeing is the result of this point here, so that there's an hidden feature here. Then I'll bring this one down and I'll show my hidden line along this way as shown in the diagram. Remember, I am reproducing that diagram that you can see on the screen, right? So now the next thing we'll do is the radius here is given to be what? 18, right? So I'm going to still measure, is it 18? Yes. So I'll measure radius of 18, which is the same thing as saying from here to here, right? That is 18. So before I do that, let me project this point downward first, right? So I'll now measure that radius of 18. This is the radius of 18 from here to the center is 18. And if you look at it, place it here and I'll mark 18 and what? 18. Is that taken? So if you notice it is an arc. So what I'll do is I'll just project this line downward from here, right? And I'll project this downward from here, faint line from here, faint line. So once I take my compass from this point to this point here, I'll draw my semicircle. Is that okay? I'm going to project it to meet the other guy there. So I'll project this from here to come straight here to meet this, and I'll project this from here to come straight here to meet this, right? Then the next one is this point you're seeing here. I'm going to project it down. And what do you notice? It is thickened. Can you see that? Now the next thing is we also have a circle here, and the same thing is the same as I should just look at that here also the same thing as here. Radius of 6. I'll do it here. Right? Which is the same thing as this guy coming down here, faint line. Right? Now after that, what is the next thing that we have here? And that is all for reproducing the figure that's given at the screen here. So the next thing we want to draw the end view, and the end view is always behind what? The front elevation. So the first thing I'm going to do is I will draw my 45-degree from the center point here with my set square and my t-square. So I'll just draw this out, 45-degree all together, and I'll move my t-square to this point. Whatever I'm drawing up will not pass the highest point here. Can you see that? So I'll project these two ends to come and meet here. And I'll project this one is already there to come and meet here. So I'm going to take it up from here to here, right? And from here is already there. So this is my box here. This box you're seeing is actually my box, right? And this one is just this here. So what I will simply do is all those edge here we have, I'll be projecting it this way. Project all those points this way. Project all these points this way. See what I'm doing? This point this way. This point to this way. And this is what we have there. Similarly, let's start from this. Now if you look at it closely, right? I'll project these two ends, which is what we have here. Then the next thing is I'm going to project the hidden line that we have. Or better still, this box here we have, if I project it here, let's project this also. I'll show you something now. To touch here and to touch here, which I am going to take up, right? Which I'm going to take up, right? So what do you notice? The hidden line we're talking about is the same thing as this guy here. Taking, so there will be hidden line in front of it. So since I've projected that point, right, and the point is meeting this here, so this hidden line, the same thing as this one here, right? So it means that there's a true when I'm looking from the front. All I do is from that point I'll take it up to come up here, and I'll take this one too. It's same the hidden line I projected from here also. Let's not get it twisted. So I'll take it up. Hope you can see that. And also here I'll just show my line this way. So that there's a true, right? So I can easily close this side up and also close it up too. So we'll proceed. Now the next one is I projected this edge here. You can see this line. I projected this. And I projected to touch here, right? I took it up with my t-square. That again. So this is what we have. I did it for the other side too. When I projected this end here, I projected it up in this way. Now what do you notice? These two figure here, these 2 points I projected is for this figure here. So anything I'm doing must start from where the figure starts from and end where the figure ends. And this line here is starting from here. I'll project it up, and here I'll also project here up too. Is that again? Now once I have done that, I have to be very careful in doing whatever we're doing. Once I have done that, let's see. Talking about this figure here, right? And this one here too. So once I've done that, I'll have this, close it up. I'll also draw my hidden line because of this figure here. When you're looking from the front, you will not see this. So my hidden line will come from here. So that there's a through there. And from here too also. See that the what? There's a through here. So it stops there. Now the next thing that I will be doing again, right, will now be, so if you look at the line here, this is meeting at this point here. So I'm going to remove this. This is not supposed to be there. So let me remove that. So I have extended it, right? So because this you're seeing is what is coming up. You can see that. Now the next thing we have is the next thing we're having here will be these two shapes here. So if I project them out, and this will come up, and this one too will come up. Right? I projected the two here with my set square. I projected this one to this point. I took this one up. Right? So what is not focusing on is focusing on this. So that is where it will be at this point here. So what do you notice? It's ending here. This is where both of them meet, and it's starting also from here also. Right? So what I'll do is I'll be seeing it as a straight line. You'll be seeing curve like a straight line. So here will be, I'll just draw my straight line from here to this point. Then I'll close it up in this direction, and I'll bring it down to this way, and here this way. When you're looking at it from the front, you'll be seeing this. You'll be seeing it as what? As a straight line, right? And the circle that we have will be seen as hidden line too. So let me project the circle too, because you cannot see through that figure. These two circles we have here, and I'll take it up. This, 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 this. This, this. It's even coming from this other side here. Can you see that? Now the next thing that we are going to be doing here will be is that I'll move this. This will come from here and stop at this point. And this will come from here and stop at this point because of this that we have here, right? And I'll just close it up. So we're still moving, we're not done yet. Now there's a point here, which is this point, and that is what we have here. Is that taken? So it's coming from the top also and meeting that point, this line you're seeing here. So that means this is still coming from here to meet here. And this is coming from here to meet here. Hope you can see that. This is coming down. You've seen as a straight line, which is this we have here. Now, what else again that we have? So this is what we have here. We have successfully reproduced. This is the end elevation what we're asked to do. So it's supposed to project the plan to get this guy. So this is what we have here. So if you have found this video helpful, and don't forget to put in your dimensioning, right? Just so that whatever dimension is here, whatever you have here, just trace the line and you do the dimensioning. And your dimensioning is very important. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. Thanks for watching.